Hello, hello, hello. I'm Bets Golden. Welcome to my channel. I am so excited for today's video because Simon Hurley came out with 5 new colors. Not 1, not 2, 5. And they're gorgeous, or at least I think they're gorgeous. I haven't played with them yet, so we're going to today. He also came out with this Slimline Stencil that is actually a 2-piece. I am super excited about this because now you can make a really quick slimline card. However, I'm actually not gonna pardon me, make a slimline card. I'm gonna make just a regular size A2 because I want to show you this is such a fabulous card in general. Stencil in general, that if you're not into slimlines, I want to show you how you can use it just on your regular card front. So this is a card base that folds open like so, and I'll link down below. I got it on clearance at the Ranger store, but I'll see if they still have it, and I'll make sure that I link everything I'm using down below. If you want to just make your own base, all you'd have to do is take an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and cut it down vertically directly in the middle, and then score it horizontally, and it'll give you the same thing. So I'm going to use some of this great mint tape by scrapbook.com. I really like this stuff, and I'm going to line this up fairly much so in the center, and I'm just going to tape the edges down, and this is going to do 2 things. This is going to keep my stencil in place, and if I happen to have any of my ink go over on the edge, it won't leak through onto the other side. It's going to protect my paper too. So I'm just going to make sure that I have this nice and lined up first. That's the most important thing here. And I love this silicone mat because I can see my grid lines through it, and it just works beautifully. So let me just take this like so, and I'm just gonna line this up and then tape down the edges. Now that that's all taped down and ready to go, I'm gonna start with no diving. We're gonna add this on first. I'm using my dome top applicator. These are also through Ranger. Scrapbook.com carries them too. And I'm just going to start to blend this right on into here. Oh, so pretty. That color just went on absolutely gorgeously. Gorgeous. That's not even a word. Love it. And if I want it to be even more intense, I can just add more ink, load up my sponge tip applicator to get more on. All right, next up is going to be Viper. Again, I'm just going to take my sponge tip applicator and I'm going to just load this on up like so. I'm making sure that I'm just going to blend it all the way up into the no diving as well, so that there's a really pretty effect right there. And again, you just can add even more color to make it more vibrant. And then I'm going to finish off the bottom with Shooting Star. I'm so excited for this one. I think this is going to be a true yellow. He has some really pretty yellow colors in his line already, and they lend really well. One is lends itself nicely to a green, and the other kind of lends itself nicely to a red undertone. So this looks like, to me, it's more of a true yellow. So that's really nice to have in my arsenal. Now that that is all layered out, we're going to go ahead and just take this tape off, and as you can tell, it protected my side. And now we have a really pretty first layer down. And I'm going to take this one and simply line it up. Now this is a dye ink, so my fingers are a little bit I got a little bit of ink on them, so I am gonna just make sure that I go and rub that off because I don't want it to transfer over onto my project. So I am just using a little bit of water and a dry towel just to wipe that off so I don't get any kind of transfer. All right, and then once I get this lined up, I'm going to go ahead once again and tape it down. I can use that same tape, but this time I'm just going to use the other side so that this isn't towards my project, but away from it. And it looks like that is a really nice placement. So I'm just going to pop this down. And again, it's just going to keep everything in place. And it also is going to make sure that if I accidentally go outside of my stencil line, it will not cause my ink to bleed over. Okay, and for this one, I'm going to use those last two colors. So I'm going to use Roar, and I'm going to work from the outside into the center on this. So I'm just going to take this one and load it up, and I'm just going to work on the outside, and then I will work towards the center with Love Struck. So pretty. And again, this orange lines up really nicely with what's already in his line. And if you want to do shading, all you have to do is just load up more ink onto your sponge, or alter your sponge around, like maneuver it around a little bit, and that'll allow you to get even more ink on your areas. So I'm going to go around the tips of this one more time, and then I'm going to get my Love Struck out. And I can't wait to play with this color. I don't know if this is more pink or more red. We will see. I'm just going to start right there. Ooh, that's beautiful. All right, so I just pop that right there, that up there, and these ink pads are really, really nice. It's like seamless. It's really seamless. And then just so I don't have any heavy lines, I am just going to go back around with this one and get those edges so that it blends in effortlessly. We're going to take a peek, and then I'm actually going to add some Stickles to it. I have some new Stickles. This is Mars, and so I'm going to do a little bit of that on the stencil too. So let's just see here. Look how pretty that is. Those colors are so gorgeous. Okay, so I'm just going to take and pop this back down, and I'm going to take a little bit of my Mars here, and I'm just going to, probably I need this one. I'm going to run it over. You know what? I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to put it on these two so that that one just stays pretty true. So I'm just going to take and just run it over this. Now it won't cover up my color because the gel that makes this is clear, but it will add some sparkle, some red sparkle, but it won't entirely cover up that gorgeous Roar color or the Love Struck. You'll still be able to see it peeking through, which I love. And this is their newest color as of right now in this line. All right, so there we go. And then I'm just going to lift this up. And of course, we are going to want to make sure that we wash our stencils fairly quickly. We don't want that gel to dry by any means on it. So let's see what we have here. Oh, wow. Look how pretty that is. So fun. I'm just going to clean up the edges right there. Look at that. And then we'll add our sentiment. Now, my stickle gel is still not entirely dry on this, but that's okay. I actually am going to use this little stamp thank you that I took off of this stamp set, Going Places, and I'm going to have that in the next video. But I just thought it was perfect. It's generic enough where I can add it. And I'm going to do 3. So I'm going to do like 1, 2, 3. And in order to stamp with a clear foam, a cling foam stamp that's clear, you always want to make sure that you have some cushioning under it. So I'm just using this foam pad. If you have, you can go to your craft store and pick up a foam sheet out of the kids section like this. That'll totally work. I think I got this for under $1, and this will do the same thing. You can get it, and you can even cut it down. So if you don't want it to be this big, you can cut it down. That's kind of nice to do if you enjoy going to places to craft or like to crops. So I want to do this in a black sentiment, jet black archival ink. It just layers nicely on top of this. So I'm going to do the first one that I want in the center down, and then I'll do the 2 ones on either side. So I'm actually, for this, I want to open up my card like so. And I'm left-handed, so I have to do everything on an angle. All right, and I'm just gonna really load up this stamp. And I'm just gonna pop it like right there, I think is good. And then I'm just going to do another one right about here. And then I'm going to do another one right up here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And there we go. Really cute little card that came together pretty quick, and just using some really fun new products. All right, you guys, I certainly hope that you enjoyed this. If you'd like to get your hands on anything that I used, I always have it listed for you down below in the description box with links that go directly to the source. So I try to make it as easy as I can for you to find these products. And if they're located at 2 different places, I always try to link it as well if I can find it for you. So please make sure that you check that out. Until next time, I'm Bets Golden. Happy crafting.